Good morning, Wheeling High School. I'm Dr. Wallert. I'm the Division Head for Social Science, World Language, and ELL. And this is the time of year where we start talking to all of you about what courses you're going to be taking the following year. We're going to have some world language teachers speaking to you in a couple days, but today I really want to speak to you about the electives that we have in social science. And so what I want to do is talk about a couple of the non-AP credit classes that we have. The first one I want to mention is Sociology 1 and 2. Mrs. Owens has taken that course to be a course of a couple years ago that only had 2 sections to now she has 6 sections of sociology. It's probably one of our fastest growing courses, and she has done numerous field trips with students, and she has also partaken in a primary research endeavor with psychology, which I'll mention in a moment. And she has students engaging in primary research and sharing out their findings. The other course is the one that I mentioned, Psychology 1 and 2 with Mr. Llewellyn. That is a course that obviously looks at how the human mind works and how we think. I find psychology and sociology both fascinating courses because it's really a class you're in, and while you're learning about yourself essentially. So Mr. Llewellyn teaches that course, and he too engages in that primary research endeavor. And both Mrs. Owens and Mr. Llewellyn last spring and the spring before took a group of psych and soc students downtown where they shared out their research findings with 45 other schools last year. So they're pretty dynamic courses with very dynamic teachers, so I encourage those. The third non-AP elective is called Law on the Individual, and both Mr. Coupon and Mr. Wool teach those courses, and those are term-long courses that are open to juniors and seniors. And if you're thinking of going into anything dealing with law enforcement, you want to be a lawyer, an attorney, obviously, a court reporter, a paralegal, maybe you want to be a judge someday, these would be excellent courses for you to take. And both teachers really expose students to the type of real life scenarios that someone might experience being in the legal field. So I recommend that course as well. The other thing I want to talk about today is our AP electives. I'm not sure how many of you are aware of what happened over the summer, but it was a really important summer for students across the state of Illinois. Governor Rauner and the state of Illinois passed a law which requires all state universities in Illinois to accept a score of a 3, 4, or 5 on an AP exam. In years past, universities were able to say that they would only accept a 4 or only accept a 5. And so a kid like at Wheeling could do really, really well. Maybe they get a 3 and the university they would want to go to wouldn't accept their AP credit. That's not an obstacle anymore. And so for all of you, as you think about saving money and you think of having that rigorous experience to prepare yourself for higher education, not only are you having those 2 things, but you're also going to now know that you're going to get college credit for your AP classes that you take. So what I want to go ahead and mention to you guys is, first of all, AP Government, which Ms. Chico teaches. And really that is kind of course, we're able to learn about civics and how our government operates. And that is a very common course as well if you're going to go in anything regarding the legal field and so on, want to be a politician, interested in political science. Fascinating course. We have AP European History. We ran that the last 2 years, and it did not run this year, but Mr. Hauk, who many of you know, he's an AP Human Geography and Human Geography teacher, he is going to be resurrecting that course next year. And so if you have a passion and interest in European history, that would be an excellent course for you to be able to take as a sophomore, junior, or senior. We have AP Psychology, which Mrs. Bima teaches. And AP Psychology is one of our largest AP courses that we offer at Wheeling. We have 4 sections of it this year. And Mrs. Bima has taught it and always had a great reputation of taking, especially first-time AP students, and having them be very successful. The last couple of years, for example, she's had almost an 86% pass rate, which is impressive. So you do a lot of fun things, and it's obviously a class that would prepare you for higher education as well. Another thing I wanted to mention about AP Psychology is Mrs. Bima has done several promotional videos that you can see here at the bottom of your screen, which is on the WHS website. If you go to Social Science, World Language, and ELL and go to AP Elective Promo Videos, you'll see videos for Ms. Bima's AP Psychology course and some of the innovative and dynamic things they do. Please check those out as well. We have AP Economics, which is microeconomics, macroeconomics, and Ms. Chico teaches those. Both those classes are taught within one 45-minute course all year long. And the thing about that is if you're thinking of going into the business field, either business administration, accounting, finance, marketing, all of those fields, this would be a great class for you to have. Why? because you're going to have to take micro and macroeconomics when you go to college if you're thinking of majoring in anything relating to the business field. Ms. Chico also the last couple of years has had her students partake in the Magnetar Stock Challenge. Last year, she took about 7 or 8 students down to Soldier Field, and the students actually participated in a stock challenge at Soldier Field where they competed against, I think, 33 other Chicago area high schools. You also have AP US History, which is for juniors. That is increasingly becoming a popular first-time AP class as well. That course was changed last year and is changing a bit this year. Mrs. Delgado and Mrs. Lennon both teach that class and have tremendous success at helping students be successful. The other thing about U.S. History, AP U.S. History, is when you go to college, you're going to have to take a U.S. History course, either to 1865 or from 1865 most likely. So by taking this class and getting a 3, 4, or 5, you're knocking out an AP credit right there. Finally, we have AP World History, which Ms. Bonsali and Ms. Mattingly teach, and that's for sophomores. And what they're really looking for is students who have earned an A or a B in human geography, who are motivated and want to do well in that class. And they too have had a great deal of success the last couple of years. We continue to grow our AP programs. We continue to help kids be successful beyond Wheeling High School, and that's our job. So whether it's the non-AP classes or the AP classes, we really encourage you to seek out our social science electives, and feel free to reach out to myself or reach out to any of the teachers or your counselor to learn more about these courses. Good luck with your course selections for the 2016-2017 school year. Thank you.